in these 6 months of apprenticeship, by the end of the entire program, you would have become one, a Windows Server administrator. You will know Windows Server enough to be called a server administrator. 2, you will become Linux system administrator. You would understand Linux operating system enough, not just the basic, but the intermediate level. The only thing that will be stopping you to be an advanced level IT pro would be to go out there and practice. I'll train you to the intermediate level where you know everything you need to take you to the advanced level, other than going to the production environment to implement what you've learned here. And then 3rd, you'll become a cloud engineer. We'll be looking at cloud from the perspective of AWS, Amazon Web Services. That is cloud. All right. And then ultimately, you would also become a DevOps engineer in these 6 months. You're becoming easy, step by step, brick by brick. But at the end of 6 months, you would have completed the project of making you.
No. I wanted to move it.
Please mute yourself if you have distraction from you.
The way we're always moving our.
All right. So in those 6 months, I would have brought you up technically to the level where you can confidently claim that you are all, not one of those 4 titles, all of those 4 titles. Because we are going to start with the foundation of server administrator, and then we'll load Linux on top of that. Once you are comfortable with that, we'll put cloud on top of that. Once you are comfortable, we'll put DevOps. That may not be the end of the entire IT. In IT, there is always something new to learn. But that's enough to get you into the world and release you to the world of opportunities. And then, because of what you know, you're becoming into a new world. Things that were not obvious in the old world become wow. They become obvious in the new world. Opportunities will beacon, and then you would be able to help yourself from there. Please mute yourself. All right. So that was just by way of introduction, especially for persons meeting me for the first time. What are we doing today? Nothing too serious. It's just the first day. My goal today is to make you as comfortable as possible and to prepare you for the real thing. All right. If we have time, and not time, we have all the time. If I feel that you are ready, we could do a bit of technical work today. Otherwise, the goal is to really prepare your mind and give you insights into expectation over the next 1, 2, 3, and 6 months, and then take your questions, help you prepare so that you'll be ready to assimilate just as much as I'll be ready to give. All right. So as of today, we have, I'm looking for the noise so I can mute that person. As of today, we have 25 persons registered for this program. When I say registered, I mean 25 persons who have made payments. All right, but we have just allowed everyone to come on board so that you know at least this thing is real. And then you get a feel of what this whole thing is about, and hopefully you are able to register and join us subsequently. Unfortunately, I have done the charity part already in the free training, so I'm not able to accommodate charity here anymore. This is serious business now. So this call about I don't have father, I don't have mother, I can't help you, I'm sorry. have to move on. You cannot help. If you cannot afford this, then there is provision on YouTube where you can access free training. We've had 4 weeks of free training. And if you follow that consensuously, it should make you conveniently and comfortably, it should make you a Windows Server administrator. All right, that is the much I can do as far as free training is concerned. All right, so for people who need more than that, I cannot help it. I have to move on. All right, but I've just allowed them to be here today so they can see that we have moved from talk to reality. The training has actually started. All right. So I would really love to interact with you one-on-one. I'd like you to come on board as much as possible. It's good I'm seeing your videos. It's good I'm seeing Shiu, I'm seeing Femi, I'm seeing Christian. All right. I need to have that personal. What do you see? What do you see on my screen? Do you see me?
Welcome to class, the intern, the ITern.
The
ITern.
All right. Do you see me? Do you see my video?
Yes.
Okay, you do see my video.
Yeah.
I see Sanusi. Sanusi, you are looking
Welcome
more.
to class, ITern.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're more relaxed today. All right. So it's good to see you. I like to have that one-on-one, and I like to know you as my intern. I not just have you hiding behind some screen and I'm just talking to you. So it's nice. All right. So let's get on with the orientation. Let's know ourselves. Let's ask your questions. Whatever will help you prepare and make you comfortable for the 6 months ahead. Bring them forward and let us trash them. All right.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Yeah, just 1 second before I allow you to speak. Like we already mentioned in the flyer, in the brochure, these videos will be recorded so that people who miss classes will still have full access. We don't edit videos. We just put them there as they are. So you still have full access to classes that you miss. All right. But the video will not be public like the free training. I would need your email addresses if I don't already have them, so that I will use those email addresses to give you private access to the videos. All right. Wow, Chemi.
Yes, sir.
Is that you? Wow.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, it's me. Yeah.
I thought you're looking double yourself. Good to see you. Really good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. So who else is here? Tunde Akonde.
Right, sir.
All right. So I'll leave the floor now that I'll have your input and then we can trash them one by one. Don't rush. We have all the time together. And take one person's question as your question. You don't have to repeat the question. Learn from the answers that I provide to other person's questions. All right? All right. Awesome. Let me hear you now. Somebody was going to speak. Lima Whiskey, you first.
Yes, sir. Thank you for this. My concern is has to do with the timing. Because fine, today is public holiday in Nigeria, so obviously most of us are supposedly away from work. 3 p.m. on a normal day, we'll find most of us behind our desks. I'm just wondering, can we? I don't know if it is possible. I'm just wondering, so that because for me, there's nothing that has been in a live class instead of having to go back to the recordings. I'm looking, can we make it look at a time that every one of us would either be off work or at a time that would be convenient for everybody
to log. What time would that be? Would you suggest?
Lagos it's a problem on its own. So even if I say 6 p.m., some people are still trapped in traffic. So
yes.
So what time would you suggest? 6 p.m.?
So I suggest 8 p.m., sir.
Okay.
8 p.m.
All right, I will note that.
It should
That's
be
not
fine.
something I can.
Sir,
You also
8
have to
p.m. will
consider.
not be comfortable for me, sir.
Okay,
She'll be cooking.
so you're
Yeah.
speaking out. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
So,
my time here. You are 3 p.m. there. I'm 9 a.m. here. I'm just this is just a good time for me. Just 9 a.m. Your 8 p.m. will be, what time would that be for me? Plus 6.
2 p.m. your time.
2 a.m. Oh, p.m. Did you say
2
p.m.?
p.m. your
2
time.
p.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Not bad, but that's not convenient for everyone.
I don't know if we can make it 7 p.m. Nigerian time.
And what time would be good for you?
So this is the perfect time for me because evening I'll be taking care of things in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
This time or earlier than this.
Okay.
So I think from what Femi said, I think about 60% of us here are all working class, and Lagos, in fact, Nigeria as a whole, is another problem of its own, because I'm just trying to figure out how I will be in the office and trying to multitask, because this is multitasking. I'm trying to get on with your classes, and I'm trying to execute other tasks at the office. And the normal closing hours for work in Lagos is most people are
So
5.
what time is convenient for you, personally?
Well, for me, 8 p.m. is okay. Like our evening hours, PM is perfect. 8
All
p.m.
right, so
is perfect.
we're just 20 now, thereabout, 25 actually. But what we could do is carry on with this for now, while I note these observations.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then let's see what the next class will be like. Let me see if I can fix the next class for 8 p.m. And then I can, sometime around 8 p.m. And then I can pull, we'll have options. But for now,
Yes.
this is the only class. Let's just maintain this until we have
Okay,
another
sir.
class. So once we have options, we can now shuffle. We can now decide, okay, which is better, which is convenient for you.
Okay, sir.
All right, so I'll note that. Any other issue you'd like to bring forward?
Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah,
Good morning. Okay, my name is Emmanuel, and it's my first time joining you guys, actually,
okay,
because of the nature of my work. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So my question is the free videos on YouTube, are they a prerequisite for this course? Do I have to go download and watch?
We're going to repeat all of that here.
All of that, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. All right, and also
we'll take
the
you from
time.
scratch.
Okay. All right, thank you.
So time for now is your time, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
Hello, sir. I have a question.
All right. Yes.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Obafemi. As regards the Zoom meeting and everybody having access to their mute button, I foresee by the time we start the training proper, we may begin to have interferences from backgrounds and everywhere. So I'd like to suggest, if it's possible, sir, that from your end, you mute everybody. Whoever have anything to ask or say can indicate in the comment section, then you mute the person. This will help all of us to hear clearly and avoid interferences. That's my submission, sir.
All right. Okay. I'm in charge of that. I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. I can mute and unmute from here. But again, I want to give you that freedom, not to completely remove it. That as adults, you should be able to manage yourself. But that's not a major issue. We can deal with that. Thanks for your suggestion. All right, Emmanuel.
Good evening, sir.
Evening. I thought you were going to say something, Manuel.
No, I was done speaking. My only constraint was the time because, okay, like I work in a bank, okay, and it's challenging. Today is just really free and okay, but from tomorrow I know it will be tasking. So if you consider 7 p.m., 8 p.m. should be fine by majority. Like I begged in the chat, I said if it wouldn't be okay, I could self-study then from the recordings, then also maybe drop my questions in your inbox or something.
Okay. So we definitely would have a second class starting 7 p.m., 8 p.m. thereabout, and then we can move you to those classes. But for this first month, or for as long as it takes us to form a new class, please bear with us for now.
Okay, sir.
Like somebody said.
Another question I wanted to pop. Now, I know for each of these classes, I know there are certification exams one should write. I hope you would be able to tell us the important ones to write.
Good question.
And also maybe guide us towards.
I can tell you right away. I can tell you right away. This right, we'll be covering 4 courses. I already mentioned. So the 4 courses for the upturn time are Windows Server Administration, Linux System Administration, Cloud Architecting, DevOps Engineering. 4. By the time you get to DevOps Engineering, you will realize that these were just like being in primary 1 and primary 2. DevOps is the real thing. Or actually, because DevOps depend on cloud, let's say cloud is the real thing, and then DevOps is on top of cloud. So, coming back to your question now, you will not be looking at certification in Windows, not at all. Linux is a good certification and the market is good, but you are going to know more than Linux, so no need. The certification would be, or should be, I would advise that it should be on cloud. Okay. And because I'm using AWS cloud platform to teach you, you'll be looking at AWS certification, specifically on writing the AWS cloud architect certification. So after that certification, you become cloud architect on AWS platform. The training would help you, definitely help you pass certification. The training will help you pass certification, but you will still need to practice certification questions outside the training, outside class. For that, what are we doing about that? Because your monthly payment alone would barely buy the certification. So what we could do is, when we get there, we'll find a solution. We should look for a way to maybe appoint somebody to get contributions. I'll just point you to where to get the latest certification dumps that you practice and go to class and go for exam. You'll pass it. Are you going to pass it? Are you going to need extra work? Don't worry about that. You'll pass that certification by what I'm teaching you. All right. So the only thing I'll need to fine tune is how your monthly fee is not covering the purchase of the certification dumps. So how are we going to do it? So let us get to that point where we see how many people are ready to write certifications, and then maybe we just share the fee, and then we appoint a class rep to go somewhere online and get it for you. All right. So the certification you are looking at from day one, from scratch, is AWS Cloud Architect. But there are many certifications within cloud. The cloud architect is the real.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Are you going to pass it? Don't worry about that. You will pass it. First attempt. In fact, I'll tell you, I see your faces. I'll tell you from your contributions in class and from the way. Oh, unfortunately, yeah. By then we should have consolidated on this arrangement of presenting you with the class that is most convenient for you, so that I'll have you live all the time. As long as you are live and I see you, I know you, I see your video, I'll be able to tell you right away you will pass, or no, you need to work on this area before you go for it.
Oh, hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. What time will the class be conducted in the United States?
Same time. If you are in this class, same time.
Okay, same time. Okay.
Same time, yeah. This. Unless you want to join the, I have a regular class, the US class, they pay $150 per course. If you are not in that class, this class is same time.
Okay.
And then I go at, somebody attempted, no, not just somebody, 2-3 persons, maybe you are one of them, attempted to call me from the US for this class. For this class, I don't take calls. I don't do call support. All right. So okay. For this class, if you have issues, put them on the platform, and then I can do text message to reply.
Okay. And then another thing.
Yeah, go on. No, I'll just expatiating on that for the benefits of everyone.
Okay, sir. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. You go on.
Okay. And then another thing, when it comes to payments, are you just taking it in your Nigerian account, or can you take Zelle, or you just has to be sent to the Nigerian bank?
It doesn't have to be Nigeria, but I don't do Zelle because this is business. Unless you want to give me, I can rebel the money. But for business, there is a link on the brochure that you just click, and then it takes you to the business platform where you can make payments.
Okay.
And then it goes into the business account. You are charged your VAT and taxes. That way it is very, very transparent.
Okay, thank you, sir.
For that one, you would, if you don't already have the brochure, the flyer, the PDF document, I'll send that to you. And then when you're ready to make payment in dollars to the business account, you click that link, and then it gives you an interface where you say, okay, I'm doing the $50 per month training. And then it takes, I think, $3-4 extra. Altogether, you'll be paying like $54, and you are good. In that case, you don't have to send anything. I'm the first to know that your payment has gone through before you know. So I just extract your info from there, and then you are in.
Okay,
all right,
thank you, sir.
You're welcome. After this class, I'm going to disband the current ITern group on WhatsApp, and then I'm going to form a new one with the names of only people who have paid. But I had to wait for this class so that I'll make that announcement and everyone is aware before I do that. All right, so right now we have over 100 persons there. The genuine interested people will be about 35, 30 thereabout from this batch. And those are the only people. So that way we can interact freely. We know that these are just the core people. So you have questions, you put them there. I or someone else in the group would answer, because people are coming from the free training sessions. Not everyone here is complete novice, even though I'm assuming that you are all novice. Some people will be able to help with questions, even while I'm not online.
Yeah. All right. This is Adewale.
Yes, Adewale.
All right, just a quick question. I'm just interested in the DevOps. How does that work?
What in DevOps?
I'm just interested in the DevOps.
Oh, okay, just DevOps. Okay. The highest level we are on now, because I have like 3 classes going on concurrently. I'm doing AWS now. So I should be done with AWS in another 4 weeks thereabout. And then I'll do my first DevOps class thereafter. So if you're interested in just DevOps, it will be $150. And then it will be in about 4 weeks from now.
That's $150 for the whole course.
For just DevOps.
Okay.
Yeah, DevOps is just one course.
Okay, so it's not like maybe first instrumental payments. It's the whole 150 for
150
DevOps.
because DevOps is just 4 weeks course. It could extend to 5 weeks, maybe 6, but I mean, formally we call it a 4 weeks course.
And I'm sensing that would be around, I guess, November.
November, yeah. Say
Second
early
week.
November. Say
Okay.
early November. We should be done with AWS by the end of October. Yeah. So approximately we're looking at early November for just DevOps. All right. So in DevOps, we're looking at how we use tools like version control tools, Evans, how we use Jacking to put all of this together, and then ultimately, yes, actually putting all of them together, that's the real thing. And then we have 1, 2 projects that we'll work on individually. All right. I haven't had a DevOps class. I haven't had any class that has covered it, but we should have one early November. So if that's your interest, then you would, this is for people, I need to develop these people here to the level where they can understand DevOps. And that's
I see.
Yeah, like.
So that's okay, gotcha. So that's the 3 course, and DevOps is the last one.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
By the time these people get a DevOps, they would be experts in AWS already. To be experts in AWS, they need to understand Linux.
Okay, because I'm into ServiceNow. I don't know if you're aware of it.
What service?
ServiceNow.
ServiceNow, no. What's that? Right? What ServiceNow? Tell me about it.
It's a cloud-based ITSM tool, just like AWS and DevOps. It's a software application, but it's a cloud-based ITSM tool.
So what do you use that tool for? What does it do? What exactly does it?
It's just service management tools, to just keep data, within the enterprise, which involves, JavaScripting, the operational side of it, the incident change, service catalog, service request, knowledge base, and things of such.
I see. Okay, I'll find out more about that. What did they call it? ServiceNow, you said?
Yeah, ServiceNow in one word.
Okay, Chemi will be familiar with that.
I actually know the application. We use it in our organization. We actually use it for incident management.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, Sanusi. Yeah. That was Sanusi. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Incident management.
I have it open on my laptop as we speak.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's enterprise.
It's a cloud-based ITS.
Yeah, cloud-based, but for enterprise management.
Exactly.
Like SAP will take care of ERP, but this one will take care of incident management.
Yes. Yes. Like I said, it has different segments, within the IT enterprise. There's the operational side of it. There's the business architecture side of it. Okay. There's the service management side of it.
Okay. So who are your competitors then? What other software would do something similar?
I'll say AWS. DevOps here, in the States, is actually relevant in the next. So ServiceNow, AWS, and DevOps, these are the competitors out there, and it will be relevant in the next, in the next 2 decades from now. So a lot of companies here in the Western world use ServiceNow. Likewise, DevOps, some AWS, but these 3 are hot cake right now. AWS, DevOps, and ServiceNow.
Yeah, it doesn't sound to me like it will be a competitor for AWS. AWS is purely cloud infrastructure based. AWS presents you with the infrastructure, and then you can form the platform on which you put applications. So this appears like an application that can run on any infrastructure, AWS. And DevOps is not entirely like something new, something different from all of this. DevOps is just a methodology that you can apply to this platform.
I see. Just like Scrum.
Yes.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
DevOps is almost like Scrum. Agile.
Okay.
It's more like Agile than.
Okay.
So there was first the waterfall, and then there was Agile. DevOps is the all benefit one that is better than Scrum and Agile on top of that. So it's just
likewise.
So they are not really different.
Got you. Waterfall, got you. Okay, so it's just a methodology.
Yes.
To assign work to developers and people like that.
Exactly, yeah. And then when developers work, you as the architect, you should be able to integrate all the bits together to form your software, your complete solution. So you take one tool there, one tool there, one tool there, you merge everything together.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's just a methodology. Gotcha. Okay.
So DevOps is more about the methodology than about the tools, even though
gotcha.
So much.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So your service now looks more like SAP. That's what we have an SAP expert in. That's what I was asking Jamie. So more like an enterprise solution that takes care of all parts of the all the phases of enterprise. Okay.
Exactly.
So whether you want to manage HR, you want to manage your manufacturing, you want to manage. So you manage them centrally from.
From the business perspective, from the admin perspective, from the development perspective. From the operational side perspective.
Wow. SAP is your competitor.
SAP, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then what else? What else is? Please pardon me, the rest of you. Just 5 minutes. I'm learning. Just give me the opportunity to learn. Chemi, is Chemi there?
Yes, I'm here.
Chemi, who else will be a competitor for ServiceNow? Do you know about ServiceNow?
No, I really don't know much about. I don't know much about them.
Actually, there's a demo. One don't need to work in the industry to actually have access to the platform. You can actually download the demo. The only difference between the demo and you working live, in an environment is just the name, because it will have the logo's name, in the platform. But the demo is just ServiceNow. So you can actually use that. JavaScript is also embedded, in ServiceNow, where you can code.
Yeah.
So it's accessible to everybody.
Sounds good.
You can use that to practice.
Interesting. All right. So
after this class, I'll be willing to show you what I have on ServiceNow. I can share my screen probably after this training.
Okay.
So that you can see it, sir.
Okay. Or if it's possible, if it's possible to share a link so I could look at it at my own time, I would appreciate it.
All right, sir.
All right, back to class. Sorry about that. So the question about certification was a good one, Emmanuel. Who else has relevant questions that will help you at least envision the goal, the objective of this whole training?
Okay, I think I have one. So good morning, sir, and good afternoon to everyone. My question is why are we using Amazon's cloud service? Why not Microsoft or that's Azure, or what's the last one? Google
Cloud.
Yeah. Yes.
The reason we're using cloud, Amazon is one. That's what I know.
Okay.
For now, of course, with demand, I'm likely to go study the other two as well. That's what I know.
But is the knowledge is it applicable to the others, like what we are going to learn?
Yes. Once cloud is cloud, they may call it different names. Call it, we're talking about methodology earlier on. So in IT, generally, there are standards, there are methodologies. In fact, not just in IT, virtually in all things. So once you understand the concept, you understand the methodology, what's the best, you understand the principle, the law underneath it, then irrespective of what I call it, what nomenclature I give to it is the same thing. So this training is to teach you that, for example, data is always stored in drives. whether that drive is a network drive attached or inherent part of that, it does not matter. So wherever I say store data, anytime I say store data, of course, because of that understanding, you know that you are going to store in a drive. So whether I call my drive H and you call yours drive C, or somebody else calls his drive H, it does not matter. So once you understand cloud, not just on the surface, but from the bottom, every other thing will fall into place. You'll be surprised that once you understand Amazon, the others will not take more than 1 week to learn, even though it might take you up to 6 weeks to learn just Amazon. So they are fundamentally the same. And then the second part of the answer is, before we study this thing, before we decide what do we do, what do we study, we look at the market.
Okay.
We look at the market. What is the market looking for? So based on the demand, because at the end of the day, virtually all of us will be using these skills and knowledge to look for a job. I'm trying to mute. Please mute yourself because you are distracting us. So when we looked at the market, global market, Nigerian market, we found that Amazon controls over 30% of the total cloud market. And the remaining 70% is available, not just the for the hundreds of other cloud providers. So if out of every 100 prospective employers you'll be meeting, 30 of them are using Amazon, you want to make yourself, put yourself in that class that will be available to them. You get the picture? Kanaya, did you get that picture? This is why we chose. You are muted.
So,
yeah, Kanaya.
It's not me that asked the question, or it's another person, but I have a question after this question.
Okay, let me just finish this. Whoever asked that question,
yeah,
do you get the
yeah, I was
answer?
the one that asked the question. Yes, I get it.
Was it Yakubu?
I get the answer. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are looking at, okay, I'm going to complete this training and I'm going to the labor market. Who is employing? What are they employing? That was the guide that we're doing what we are choosing to do.
Okay, sir.
And then, of course, your next question will be, well, that is the world. We're talking about Nigeria. Well, I'm training you for the world, not for Nigeria. Wherever the world is going, Nigeria will have to follow. I do understand. I have been made to understand because from my other classes that Azure is more popular than the other two. I appreciate that, and hopefully, I have so much work to do now on AWS that, in fact, it's always work to do. It's really, really difficult. I have to make up my mind, where do I want to belong? It's difficult to learn them both. I mean, I don't have a lifetime. The resources on one cloud alone, I can't learn them all in a lifetime. So how would I combine them? So it's really difficult for me to abandon everything I already know in AWS and come and start fresh with Azure. If I do that, I'll just be peeling the surface and not really going deep, and that's not good enough. I want to go deep, and so those are the considerations.
Okay, so it's fine.
All right. Back to Kanaya.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. So my question is basically on the AWS platform.
Okay.
After the training, are we going to have access to the platform that we can practice like a lab or something?
During the training, you would have access to the platform too. After the training, I lock up my access. So of course, after the training, you would have known enough to go and create your own account and be able and continue to have access. Did you get the answer to your question? I don't hear you.
Okay.
So during the training,
but what does it take to create the account?
We are not there yet. Why are you talking AWS? We have not even started training. Is that your interest?
Yes, that's my interest. AWS and the Linux administration. That's my.
Do you want to go straight to AWS or do you want to continue as intern?
No. Well, I want to continue as Intel.
Okay,
so
just drop that AWS idea. I'm just giving you an overview. But learning how to create accounts when I've not even taken you there is too deep for first one.
Okay.
But what I'm assuring you is that the AWS training will take you into AWS. You have an account to yourself where you can practice. I know AWS practice is not just practice, it's real life. It's life. We're dealing with public IPs there. It's not like the first part you are going to do now where you'll be working with your laptop. That one is real life machine. Whatever you are doing is available to the world. So practicing there should not be called practicing. It's actually like what's a better word for practicing? It's the real thing. It's the real thing. So as part of the training, you will do the real thing. And haven't done the real thing for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, definitely after the training, you should be able to continue to do the real thing. Then why did you train if you cannot do it? So you will learn how to create accounts, how to register your services, how to create your own version of ServiceNow, and be able to do a lot of things. That's the opportunities we are talking about. So many things you cannot imagine now, you'll be able to do them after AWS and be wondering, I can't be idle, I can't be unemployed after all of this. It will really inspire you. It will help you to uplift you technically, knowledge-wise, and so you get there.
I'll do Wale once again.
All right, Wale.
For the DevOps, can you actually get certified for it?
Can you take the certification on DevOps? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, there's certification for DevOps. Yeah.
Okay.
There's AWS certification for DevOps.
That I know, but I'm not sure about the DevOps. Okay, all right.
There's certification, and then the higher your certification, the more your value. So if you do AWS certification, if you do DevOps certification on top of your cloud, your value is higher. So for everyone, understand what I mean by that? So if you do your Windows server, you feel, I know this thing, I can press the certification, and you do the certification, you're probably talking around $17, $20 per hour kind of job. By the time you do Linux, and you are Linux certified, you are talking like $35, $40 per hour kind of job. By the time you do AWS, now you are getting to the real money. And then you now do DevOps, because the assumption, which is logical, is that to do DevOps, you already understand cloud, because DevOps is working on cloud. You already have a cloud as a platform, and we are just using DevOps to fine-tune and automate your cloud. So if you don't know cloud, you cannot do DevOps. So for you to know cloud, and then you are not using automation, you are top there. So when we talk about 10K per month kind of work at that level, the DevOps level. We are talking about jobs of $90,000, $100,000, $120,000 per annum at DevOps level. And then the certifications, of course, Wale, you know why they are okay to present here. They are not the real thing. The real thing is, where do you work? Have you done this? What projects have you worked on? We'll talk more about that.
Okay.
But for new entrants, yes, you may just want to present some kind of certification to get to the industry. Once you're already in the industry, it's not about where did you work, what project did you do. Break in, you may.
Yeah. Though I know how it works out here. Some companies may believe, based on the interaction you have during interviews. If you can convince them that you know what you're talking about without certification, yeah, they'll let you pass. But a lot of them are looking for certification. So yeah.
Yeah, if you're coming in new, the certification is the only way, is the obvious way to look.
Sure.
If I'm coming from a background of I'm a consultant with Apple, or I'm already doing stuff with Intel or something, that'll be the focus. Nobody cares about certification at that level. What did you do for Intel? I did this, I did it.
Because because like for me, for example, I'm certified as an admin in ServiceNow. So based on what I've worked on, I've worked on Agile 2.0, which is the methodology. So now DevOps, like you said, it's cloud-based. You have to understand the cloud infrastructure.
That's right.
So to me, I shouldn't have any problem with it. So yeah.
Okay.
So somebody told me about it last night. In fact, my sister, and she shared it with me that she was taking a class. So, and there are a few people that I know that are making the same money that you just talked about. Just DevOps. At the comfort of their own house. So
yeah, that's the thing about IT. Once you can just SSH into that server, you can do all things as if you were sitting right in the office.
So yeah.
All right. So what's SSH? Don't worry, you are going to do it later on. All right. Questions now. Who else is here? Idola.
Sir.
What's happening in your background? Is the resurrection day there?
No, I put a virtual background.
Okay.
I was just experimenting with Zoom.
Okay, I thought the chariots were coming down.
Okay. Okay, I do not have any questions for now. When I have questions, I'm just like, let me see how the class goes. But when I have questions, I will inform. I will gladly ask the questions.
All right. All right. So there are no more questions. All right. Sheung, no, Wolabi, I think I know this face. You were in the former class.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, you were the silent killer. You know stuff, but something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
I know you. Good to have you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So.
Hello, sir. Sorry, sir. Good morning, sir. Yeah, it's me. And good afternoon to the other guys. Yeah. Please, I need to know, because this is my first class that I'm having with you live. I need to know what materials or tools I need to get as in order of preparation for going forward.
All right, so let's go there. Let's go now, and let's talk to everybody. Materials and tools. Now,
we are doing Windows server to get the ISO ready to install it on my laptop.
All right, so the materials and tools that we need for this class. So for this class, you will need a laptop. You will need a laptop, and then, of course, you're already joining me. You're already here at this meeting, so you already know what it takes to be at this meeting. So what we are going to do with your laptop is we're going to have your laptop. We refer to that hardware, your physical laptop. We refer to it as host. So we're going to divide your host, logically, not physically, into, we're going to generate many more laptops out of your single laptop. All right? So because to distinguish between the many virtual laptops and your physical laptop, we call the virtual laptops inside your physical laptop, we are going to call them virtual machines. And then we'll call your physical laptop hosts. So you will be needing many systems, at least multiple systems, maybe 2, 3 at once, at minimum 2, every time to practice. So don't worry, once you have a single laptop, we can generate as many virtual machines as your resources can carry on that single laptop, on that host. So with that, what else do you need? Nothing else. Nothing else. As long as you're already here, it means you already have internet connection. It means you already have Zoom. Nothing else. So what about the software that you'll be loading and how you create the virtual machines? We'll take care of all of that. We'll demonstrate it in class and you follow me step by step to do it on your own laptop. All right? So we're going to create multiple machines. We're going to network them together. And the beautiful thing, like Adewale contributed, is when you are now looking for a job, you want to work in this capacity in operations. So to distinguish between what you do on your laptop home to distinguish between that and what you do on your laptop in the place you work, we call that place you work operations, and we call your home lab. Though I don't want to use the word lab, especially when it comes to cloud. But anytime I say operations, I mean like you are working for MTN, what really is carrying voice, is carrying live data, as distinct from when you are working at home and you are not carrying data, or maybe you are just generating your own data to test what happens when data flows through this network. All right. So all of the other details, how do you put data, how do you sample data and test it, all those other ones, we will do them as long as you have a laptop on which you can generate as many virtual machines as we need. So as far as what do you need is concerned, do you need to go and download this software? You don't need to download anything. Just come with your laptop and then let us start from there. That's all.
All right.
So we'll create many virtual machines, as many virtual machines from your laptop as it can carry. But basically, even if it's just 2 virtual machines that you can carry, it's good. Because at every point in time, we'll need to demonstrate what we are learning by setting up 2 machines. Usually at the Windows level, we call one server, we call the other one client. But later on, we need to create many servers. We need to create more than 1 server. Sometimes we need to do things between 2 servers. Sometimes we need to bring up 2 servers and create a client, and then we join all of them and see how they behave. You know, like you are a scientist and you are in the lab, you are doing stuff. That's how it is. Oh, what if I remove this and put this? Oh, okay. What did I have this error? I had that error. You troubleshoot. Oh, this was how I had. So you are gaining the knowledge. It's accumulating. Yeah, it's adding up until it gets to a level where it triggers and say, yes, now I know this stuff. Somebody say, yes. What about this? Yes. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to connect. It's not going. Go and check that. And then, how did you know it? Because you practiced it. All right. So laptop is about the only thing you need. What capacity? What's an ideal capacity? What should the ideal capacity be for that kind of laptop? You can manage 4 gig RAM. 4 gig RAM is the most important thing. And then as long as you have over 100, not up to, about the usual capacity that comes with your laptop should be okay. 250, 500 gig hard disk, that kind of capacity should be okay to do your practice. And the capacity, the parts of the entire course, the one course of the 4 courses that would really take your laptop resources is Windows. Linux is not as heavy as Windows. And then of course, cloud, you will not even do so much on your laptop. All you need to do from your laptop is to be able to log on to cloud infrastructure. And there you have access to all things. In cloud, you have access to all things. So you need only a laptop to log in. You don't need the resources on your laptop. All right? All right, so that's that. Questions? Questions? Did I answer your question? The person that asked that last question.
You did, sir. Perfect. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. Who else is here?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Babatunde Olale.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Yeah. My question, I don't know if someone has already asked it before, because I'm just joining class now. Concerning the laptop requirement for a laptop that will be needed. Because during the free classes we did, I had an issue with my laptop. So it's a 4 gig RAM. But even still that, I'm not able to, I can't launch 2 virtual machines at the same time. So I want to ask, so like what exactly is the basic requirements for the class?
Yeah, 4 gig should do. But of course, if you are using 4 gig and it's not enough, it means that, are you planning to buy another laptop?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so you already know that you had a 4 gig laptop that didn't work. And because you have money, you can afford a bigger one. So you are looking at solving the problem the other way. But I also know 1 or 2 persons who have 4 gig laptops and they didn't have money to buy, so they looked inward and they were able to resolve it. So share all of this on the platform, and people who have 4 gig and they're able to manage, they can tell you, do this, do this, do this.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? The first solution is not to say, go and buy, go and buy. I'm sure not everyone can afford it. But if you try everything that people have tried and it's still not working, then of course you can take that last as the last solution.
Because I tried upgrading the RAM to 8 gig. And even after doing that, the system keep crashing every 2 minutes. Once I'm working on it, like this kind of crash. So I was like, maybe I just get another one. So
yeah, you look rich. You should be able to afford another one.
Huh?
But you know, it's not, that will be taking you outside this course. But if you do a bit of A+, solution is not always to upgrade. Yeah, I can summarize it. If you are upgrading the resources of a machine that we always talk about when we say the resources available on the machine, that's important for whatever you are doing, is the CPU speed. CPU, we measure CPU by speed. I mean the processor. Then the hard disk by gig. Then of course RAM. So if you are upgrading your 4 gig RAM to 8 gig or 16 gig, was your processor, as at the time it was manufactured, made to recognize up to 16 gig?
that amount of
Yes. Is your motherboard prepared to accommodate 16 gig? So you have to look at what kind of motherboard is this? What are the buses? What's the architecture? What does it support? Before you now say, oh, based on everything here, it can accommodate a maximum of 12 gig before you can go and upgrade. So don't just go and upgrade because your processor may not, in fact, it will be more problem, like your own case, because it's not, instead of recognizing it, it's actually disturbing. Now, I don't understand this. I'm confused. To shut down.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. All right. So let's take the questions, because once we start class, there'll be no more questions. It will be class. And Afemefuna, you two have changed your background, eh? Adema. Okay. So what's going on? Who else is here? Victor, Odia. Victor Odia.
Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm very fine.
You don't look too excited. The phone call you had, it wasn't good news.
No, a bit stressed, but I'm fine. I'm okay.
Okay. All right. So maybe we should do some stuff today since no more questions are coming in. So apparently you all know where you are and what you are up to, what you are up against. All right. So what are we doing today? What should we do? So this workshop now for the apprenticeship program. So I'll be asking, oh, you go and bring spanner, go and bring screwdriver. Okay, you tighten this. All right, so that way you will learn. And the first thing we want to talk about is, okay, let me just give you preambles. Now, when we say network, computer networks, by network, we simply mean that you are connecting multiple networks. These days is more than computer, just networks. You are connecting multiple devices together so that they can share resources. So GSM network, what's it doing? It's connecting handsets, mobile phones on a single network so they can communicate. All right. Computer networks for a corporate organization, it will connect multiple devices, more specifically computers, so they can communicate within the corporate organization or even outside the corporate organization. All right. Now, when this kind of network exists within a corporate organization where, for example, a bank, and then the facilities, the equipment that you need to set up the network in a physical environment. I'm talking about physical network now, not the kind of logical network we'll be doing online. That kind of network would have switches. Switches would be the device that centrally to which you plug your cable. This is not networking, but I'm just giving you this is not a structured cabling, but I'm just giving you an overview of structured cabling. This kind of cable, your straight through UTP cable, you plug one end to your switch and then the other end to your computer. So that is physically networking. That's not the real networking, just physically attaching all your devices with cables to a switch. You are preparing the cabling. It is through this cable that this computer will be able to connect to all other devices that are also connected to that switch. So that switch is a central device. It may not be placed in the center of the room, but from the logical explanation, my explanation, and you see that it's a central device to which every device on the network connects. Okay, it's a switch. All right, so for small networks within an office, otherwise called local area network, you would have a physical switch. My switch is here, but again, a physical switch that will just have ports to which this one can connect. But for a big network like GSM company with over 40 million or 50 million subscribers, it will not be a physical switch. The switch is going to be a logical switch, some kind of server. We'll do that later on. But the switch in the GSM company will be a server that is connecting all the phones. But the switch for a local area network will be a physical switch to which you can plug cables. When you do plug cables and you are now able to, all the devices, all the computers connected to that switch are now able to see each other, you say you have a local area network. But again, when all of that local area network facility is physical within a building, it is called an enterprise. Enterprise is different from what you'll be doing. What you'll be doing is virtualization. Virtualization is the modern way of networking and doing things. You are just saying this old method of using physical switch, physical cables, physical computers to set up a local area network within a premise is old-fashioned. That was where we started some 20 years ago, but that's no longer in vogue. What is in vogue now is the virtualized environment that represents all of this in a virtual environment, which means that within your own laptop, you can now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 machines, 5 computers. We don't call them computers because they are inside another computer. We'll call them machines. So you have 5 machines. These machines are not physical. They are not real machines. They are virtual machines. So they are called 5 virtual machines, VMs. VM means virtual machines inside your laptop. And all the things you should have been doing, connecting cables and configuring, is now done in the virtual environment just by click of buttons. So rather than talking about enterprise networks, we're now talking about virtual networks. It is this virtual network that's in vogue now. That's what makes it possible for you to sit in Nigeria and work on a system in America. That's what makes it possible, even in America, as an IT person, you don't go to work, you sit in your house, and then you're able to log into this infrastructure from your own laptop. However, even though it is virtual to you, it's not real, you are just seeing everything virtually. Virtual is about the best word, in form of images. It is actually real somewhere in the world. The machines actually exist in real form. So these places, this big house where this machine exists in real form and all the cabling, all the switching, all the routing is done like you should have done it if it was your own enterprise. That place, that house, that big, of course, you imagine that to be a big place, is called a data center. A data center. But for your own case, at the beginning, your data center will be your own laptop, your own host. So it is your own host that will provide the hard disk, the processor, and the RAM that your virtual machines need to come up, to come alive and exist. All right? But at some point, you will see that the things that you need to do and the services that you need to run, the ServiceNow, the SAP, they can no longer reside on just your laptop. Your laptop resources are too tiny to have those kind of robust systems. All right? So in that case, you will need to go and meet somebody who already has a robust system. Even if you say, I want 1 million terabyte of space, the person will give it to you. You say, I want 57 gig terabyte of RAM is available. So you are no longer restricted in your tiny room. You now have access to robust infrastructure. The people that provide that kind of robust infrastructure so that you can remotely access all your servers, all your RAM, all your hard disk, and all of that, they are called cloud providers. And Amazon is the most popular of them. Apart from Amazon, the other two that are also popular would be Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud. All right, Microsoft Azure is the next to Oracle. It's not important, but these are the three popular ones. But apart from these three popular ones, you also have others that are not so popular, but they are coming up. They are coming up, and Oracle is one of them. Oracle has its own cloud, DigitalOcean, and a number of them. But of course, let's just focus on these three. All right. So it is what you are able to do on your laptop by virtualization, which is the first training we are going to do. We are going to convert your laptop to a virtualized environment. That is the same thing that somebody else is doing somewhere, but with more robust infrastructure. That is calling it cloud. All right. But again, I just wanted to mention the place of cloud in all of this. That's not the important thing for now. The important thing for now is that even though we're going to be setting up a network, it should not be in an enterprise environment. It should not be a physical network. It should be virtual networks. And that your laptop is the place where we are going to set up these virtual networks. We're going to load a software that would convert your host to virtual environment and make it possible to bring up virtual machines. Those are the key things I just wanted you to know at this point. All right. Any question on that? Any question on that? Who is completely new? This is your first class ever in IT.
I think this is my first class. I'm just a novice there, but though it doesn't mean I know a little bit about programming. But for server administration, I am new in it. Even though at my workplace I'm making use of Amazon, but then I was just giving the username and password to log in, upload some content, video contents on it in order for it to reflect to a CRM portal. But I just really want to know more how all these processes goes, how all these how they are being able to reflect on another web portal. So I'm just new, but I'm enjoying the class, sir.
All right, but do you understand this small terminologies we just introduced?
Yes.
All right, so what do you understand by network infrastructure? Even though I didn't say that, I didn't really define it, but from the explanation, what do you understand by the term network infrastructure?
Okay, I think First of all, let me. This is what I understand. The network infrastructure starts from our laptop serving as a host. Then we use the network convert using some softwares to create other machines called virtual machines, which is like other laptops, imbibing other laptops into the physical laptop that we have using other softwares. So these machines are called virtual machines, which is a VM. And you also talked about an enterprise environment. That's like an example using a physical switch where you connect different laptops using a physical cable together to be able to access a server. Example, the telecom industries here in Nigeria, or some other offices. No, sorry, or some other physical office in Nigeria here using a switch to connect different laptops together to access a particular information as an enterprise. Then the network infrastructure is just the process of accessing all these things in virtual, accessing them via the cloud, where you don't need to connect any physical cables. Like I think I'm trying to understand more, sir.
All right. Actually, you didn't answer my question. You just summarized what you understand by what I've said so far. You just summarized it, which is not bad for a first timer. Now, who can tell us? What can you tell us what you understand by the term network infrastructure? And can you hear me? Okay. Babatunde.
Yes, sir.
Network infrastructure. Remember, this is apprenticeship.
Yeah. Network infrastructure. I would say network infrastructure is the software and hardware resources that enables communication in a network environment. Or let me just say.
I say network. Is there a network behind you? Are those switches beside you?
Yeah. I'm a transfer engineer with Huawei.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. These are everything.
All right. So, what do you see? What Babatunde has beside him? Beside him. What's today? Today is. Thursday. All right. So.
Yes. Sorry, sir. I was having a little network problem.
Yeah, you see what Babatunde has, right?
Fibers.
Yes. So that's a different topic for another day. But this is part of the network that we're talking about. These are big networks. So even though to you it's wireless, at least there are this is part of network infrastructure. Like you said, all the physical and also maybe software. But for now, majorly, the physical components that you put here and there connect together to form your network, that your network infrastructure. Those switches he has there, the cables, the routers, everything is there. It may take another set of lecture to distinguish between, okay, this is this, this is this. All of that is part of network infrastructure. But again, that might be too high. Let's even come to a small level of in one room. Yeah? At a very high level, that is network infrastructure. But at a small level of corporate, a LAN, a local area network, have you seen a switch before?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a switch, you have your cables, you have your router, you have your servers. What else do you? All those things that I mentioned now, they all work together to form your network, right?
Yes, sir.
They are your network infrastructure.
Wow.
So what are network infrastructure? Just mention them. Don't need for long story. Switches, cables, routers, servers. Yeah. Modems, yes. Gateways, okay.
Hubs,
okay, yes. Later access points, yes. Later on, we'll begin to say this one is no longer in vogue. Don't use it anymore. But at least everything you are mentioning, they are all part of networking. All right. So when you have all of these, mention them now. physically, please mute yourself, where that noise coming from. If you have all of them physical, and then with cables connecting them like Babatunde showed us, then for a local area, for a premise, because I'm imagining Babatunde is off premise now, somewhere in a BTS or BSC, somewhere different from the switch, from the server, the core switch. But don't let me confuse you for that. Let's just come to a small level. For example, a bank, where you have the server room, your domain controller, and all the servers, everything they put there that they call servers. That special room where they don't allow anybody to enter, that have those network infrastructure. When you do have them like that physically, then you say you have an enterprise, right? What's the option to enterprise, to having an enterprise network? What's the alternative? We're talking about enterprise network because we are relating it to something else. So why are we saying enterprise? And why don't we just call it network? Why are we saying enterprise? What are we relating it with? What's the option? What's the alternative? What's the other direction you could go if you don't want to use enterprise network? What's the option?
Cloud.
Cloud enterprise.
Cloud, okay. Who said cloud enterprise? It will be cloud, but okay, yeah. But what's the other cloud, or what's other option?
Virtual, sir.
Virtualization.
Virtualization is it. That's the more correct word. Virtualization is the real thing. So the option to enterprise to physical network is a virtualized network, virtualization. All right, are you getting it? People who are new?
Yes, sir.
All right. So somebody said cloud. I said, okay, it's correct, but virtualization is more correct. Then what's the difference between cloud and virtualization? What's the difference? All of this is just preamble. You know, I've not opened any book, I've not opened anything. We're just doing preamble to prepare you for the real thing. So what's the difference between, why am I saying cloud is different from virtualization?
So could it be because cloud is currently running, is a live machine running, but then the virtualization is not currently running, like
it's a dead machine running. No, that's not it.
So I think for cloud is being hosted by someone else. So you're buying it from someone else. You're getting the service from someone else.
Okay.
While for virtualization, you're actually hosting it within your own system.
Correct. But it's correct. What you said, Emmanuel, is correct. But I need it to be more correct than that. There's just something that is missing.
So if you think infrastructure as a service.
Can I come in, sir?
Who is speaking?
Can I say something?
Who?
Sunday Akonde.
All right, Sunday Akonde, let me hear you.
I believe that the virtualization is actually connected to the cloud. So that makes the cloud actually makes virtualization possible.
Virtualization makes the cloud possible.
Maybe that's what he was going to say, but you didn't get it. Sunday Akonde, you didn't get that one at all. You missed things up. All right, so who can help?
Hello,
I want
sir.
the relationship between virtualization and cloud.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, who is that? Let me see.
My name is Philip, sir.
All right, Philip.
I think virtualization is simply the foundation for cloud.
Okay.
And it is what makes cloud possible.
Correct, Philip. Where is Philip? Let me see your fine face. Philip. Sir. Are you Philip here, or you are using a different name here? I don't see Philip.
I think my system is showing Lenovo.
Okay, Lenovo. Okay, I see you now. All right. Okay, so you have spoken the points. So I wanted that virtualization to relate to cloud. What was the first answer that I said was good, but was not so good?
You mean the other one the guy said?
Yeah, the first answer that what Philip said now just complemented that first answer. So I'm looking to merging the two of them together now. I want to merge the two answers together.
Yeah. So what you said is a cloud is hosted by someone else, but virtualization is currently hosted by you, like really using your host to host.
Yeah, that's correct. That's very correct. That is correct. There's no mistake with that one. That's 100% correct. But for my answer, I need you to fuse Philip's answer now into that answer. So
Can
just
I try from my side?
Okay, maybe actually it's already there. That first part, then add Philip part, then it's not a complete answer. So the impression I got from that first answer was virtualization is when you provide your own services for yourself, and cloud is when a third party provides it. That is correct. But again, we have to relate virtualization with cloud. So virtualization is cloud is virtualization, but provided by a third party.
So I didn't hear you again. Can you repeat?
Cloud is virtualization.
Okay.
Like Tunde was trying to say, just that, or was that what he said? Virtualization is cloud. Okay, coming to think about it now, maybe Tunde wasn't so wrong. Cloud is virtualization. That's correct. Virtualization is cloud. That's even more correct. Okay. But the point is, virtualization is the concept of you are not seeing, your machines are not physically connected. Your machines are not physically there. So for virtual machines within your host laptop, your machines are not physical. So that's virtualization. For cloud, your machines are not physical. You are just connecting to machines that are not physical to you. So some virtual, that's also virtualization. All right. So do you get the point? And do you know why these terms are important? We need to understand this so that when we're talking as IT people, we know what we're talking about. Hello, did I lose you, or do you think you can present? Do you want to present it in a way that makes more sense to you if what I'm saying is confusing? I can't hear anyone. Mr. Femi.
Can hear you.
Okay, I heard that for once.
Completely understood, sir.
Sorry?
Your explanation was completely understood, sir.
Okay. All right, so let's move on. So in a virtualized environment, now you know what enterprise is, you know what virtualized environment is, that cloud is virtualization. So what's a data center? So even though we said that
a data center, sir.
Yes.
From what you shared with us, a data center is like the physical location where you have the gigantic machines that controls the cloud and deliver uses in their various locations located.
Correct. Correct. I was just waiting for you to mention cloud. All right. So virtual data center, cloud. Right. So that is it. That's the correct explanation. All right. So we understand all of that relationship now. What else should you know as preamble? Questions? Let's take questions.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I want to now understand the basic difference between an enterprise and a data center.
Okay. So an enterprise will be a privately owned network infrastructure. A data center will be network infrastructure owned by a third party for the provisioning of cloud services. Did you get that?
I'm trying to process.
Can you come again, sir?
So an enterprise will be like a bank. I went to the market, I bought my routers, my cables, my servers. I set up a network and it's owned by me. It's mine. That is enterprise. Data center would be, of course, because that's enterprise, I'm seeing my machines directly right there. Data center will be this same infrastructure sort of somewhere else that I'm accessing, but they are not physical to me. They are not physical to me. So the enterprise was physical. I could go, Manuel, go to the server room and turn off that for my enterprise. But for a cloud, for data center, I'm accessing it remotely. They are not, in fact, it probably belongs to Amazon. So I cannot say physically go and turn off the switch. I'll have to look for a way to do it from, remotely from my own. You know what I mean? So let me demonstrate it. For an enterprise, I'm right here working on the physical network. That's an enterprise. For a data center, this is the data center, but I'm here connecting remotely to infrastructure in the data center. And for that reason, it is likely that this data center does not belong to just me. It belongs to a third party like Amazon, and it's set up so that it can lease the resources here to me, to different people in the world. Okay, you take one virtual machine of 4 gigs since you say your laptop is too small. All this laptop is so that an option is for me to create for you for me to create a server for you on in cloud and give you access to that server so that you don't even need a laptop. Babatunde? Just stretching the answer to Emmanuel's question a little bit. Instead of you going to buy a new laptop, what I could actually do, but I won't do, is to set up server for you in cloud, and then put your everything should be practicing. Put it on that server so that you cannot connect from your laptop to that server and practice on the server. That is cloud.
Is negative.
That is cloud. That is data center cloud. As compared to you have the resources already on your own laptop and you are working right on it on your laptop, which is enterprise. Do you see the difference, Emmanuel?
Yes, sir. I think I know.
All right. Any question? Good question, though.
So does that mean that's where that infrastructure comes? When you say it's one of the service provided by the cloud, infrastructure as a service.
They are both infrastructure. The one in your bank. So the ones. What is this? Please mute yourself. Lots of distraction. Thank you. Yeah, their infrastructure is involved in both cases. The ones in the data center will look like, although it will be more neatly presented, like what we are seeing beside Tunde right now, Babatunde. So they are infrastructure. The one in your bank, in the server room in the back, you also see this kind of thing. So infrastructure exists in both of them. But one infrastructure is enterprise-based, the other one is data center-based. Confusing? And why is that confusing?
I've understood it now, sir. Okay. I was just trying to differentiate between infrastructure and platform. I'm trying to get the services provided by the cloud. When you say software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and a platform as a service.
No, infrastructure has nothing to do with it. Okay, at that level of infrastructure.
Like services provided by the cloud.
Now, when we say infrastructure as a service, we do not mean that they will physically give you the router or the switch. It just means that, okay, what's the reason for you setting up your infrastructure? So that you have access to server, right? So that you have server. So when we say infrastructure as service, we just mean that it is providing you with the server. You should have gone to buy infrastructure to set up. Then platform as service, he has presented you with a server, brand new server with 16 gig RAM, 50 gig hard disk, and T2 processor. So what are you going to do with it? You have a server. That's your infrastructure now. That server that you can now remotely access by typing SSH, the IP address of the server. That is your infrastructure. So they have provided infrastructure for you. So instead of going to the market to buy a server and then use switches and cables to connect the server to you now have a server provided to you by Amazon. That's infrastructure as service. Now that you have that infrastructure, what do you do with it? You put your operating system, right? You put your Windows operating system, or if you want to use Linux, you put your Linux operating system, and then you create directory, you prepare it. You must put an operating system. You use it. So once you have put operating system and you have converted it to your web server, your website there, then you have prepared it. That preparing it to become a web server, you have, please mute yourselves. This noise, like somebody washing something, is distracting me. Mute yourselves, please. Can you mute yourselves, please? Better, thank you. So, when that bare metal server was presented to you, you needed to prepare it by putting Windows Server Operating System, putting IIS, and prepare it because you want to use it as your web server. You want to put your website there so that the whole world can see it. That preparation and those things that you put on top is platform. That's the platform we're talking about. That's the platform. So if somebody else presented the server alongside the already prepared web server to you, not just the bare metal server, presented the infrastructure to you as well as the OS and service that you run on it. Then you see that person presented you platform as a service, not just infrastructure. And then application. Finally, you want to put your HTTP and put the web server you have developed. We're talking about DevOps. That might be too complex. The application there's an application you want to share with the world. You want to put an application, a game application, for example. The whole reason you got the infrastructure and you prepared the platform was so that you can put the game on top of those two. So that game is your application now. So you put it. But if you didn't want to do that yourself, you just needed somebody who already had the server, prepared the platform, and had the game on top to just outsource, to just lease it to you. Then you'll be purchasing application as a software as a service. So that's the difference between infrastructure as service, platform as service, and application software. What did I say? Infrastructure as service, platform as service, software as service. Software means application. So these are the three layers.
Thank you, sir. I was confused before.
Okay, now you are clear, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who else understood that? Because it's part of the things you should understand as basic.
Now I am clear also, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Who is that confusing now? Who knows? You now know the difference between when we say infrastructure as service. Okay. Let me find out if you know. I go to Amazon, AWS, and I say, give me a server. In fact, I don't do it. I don't need to say, give me a server. We can do it now. In 2 minutes, I can set up a server now. And I'll share the IP address with you, be able to browse my server right now. That's how fast IT is now in the world. I can set up a server now by going to cloud. I just put a website there, and in 2 minutes, I give you the IP address. You're able to browse from Nigeria. What could be? That's lightning speed compared to, please give me server. It will arrive next week, but we'll do all of that later. That's not the important thing. The thing I want to bring out now is if I buy a bare metal server from Google Cloud, what have they provided me on these 3 platforms? On these 3 levels that we discussed, what have they provided me? Have they provided me with infrastructure?
Infrastructure,
correct. All right, so I go to DigitalOcean, their web hosting company. I say, I want to host my website. I already have my website. I just want to put it somewhere. Please give me a server that is already running all the protocols and all the web web services. It's already prepared as a web server. It already has all those things that you people do. All I need to do is just put my website on top. What are they providing me with?
A platform, sir.
Why is the only one person answering? Apprentice. Boyiga, Aji, Robert.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A platform as a service, sir.
All right, correct. So if I now go to a third person and say, this building website and doing it's too complex for me. I don't want to do anything. I'm not an IT person. In fact, provide me with the infrastructure, put all the services, even the website, just do it and present it to me. And come on, I'll just tell my people, I will now have a website that is, I didn't do anything. Just give me everything. I will contract it to a Chinese company. What have they done for me?
Software.
Software as a service.
Correct. Now you know. Now you know. All right. Questions? All of these are available. It just depends on what you want. They are all available in cloud. All right. So,
Sir, I have a question.
All right, Michael.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. From my understanding, the cloud, the invention of the cloud was to solve so many issues. One, probably logistics issue, transporting servers and the rest, and the space and heating cost and the rest. But like you rightly mentioned, like banks still do the predominantly networking procedures and things using routers and switches and everything. But still, these banks are conglomerates who can afford this cloud service. Why are they still stuck on this? I can't speak for banks in the Western world, but I work in a bank branch, and what you said is actually true. Despite I don't work in the IT division, I work in the cash and teller unit. But what you say is actually true and all. So, but why are they still stuck in doing this? Is it due to security reasons, or the right personnel is not there to advise them better?
Yeah, good question. Good question. And you actually already answered the question in part. Security is one main issue. First of all, the obvious first answer, before we now break that down, is that bank is not an IT company. Bank want to focus on their business. Okay. So they may not want to invest so much on the technical know-how because it's not small work actually.
Okay.
So that is one. That's one. Two, they also have their policies. They know things. The owner of the business know things that we as outsiders don't know. There is always that part of the business that they want to keep to themselves. So the best they can do as a bank is a hybrid.
Yes. Okay.
Cloud.
Yes.
Maybe as backup, and then they still run.
Okay.
The technology that they have known they are used to for the past 30 years. Who are the workers? Are they going to sack? In fact, we can generate up to 30 different reasons why they should stick to status quo and only migrate over time. So even in reality, what happens is not, okay, cloud is the new technology. Let us do away with everything we ever knew and then migrate. No, they will run it and set up a migration plan over the next 10 years, over the next 20 years, so that it does not affect the people that are there. Okay, so security.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Know how there's a secret about the banking that they still want to keep. They don't want to risk. Cloud has promised them all the heaven and earth about security. And then they still want to be able to have control and manage. Who are these people? Imisiola, you are distracting us with this noise. How are you doing, by the way? Missy Obafisoye. Can you hear me? Obafisoye. All right. So, good question. We could look at that question for another 30 minutes and we'll just be deliberating on, okay, the pros and the cons and why, as a financial institution, they have their own architecture of how things should be done within the industry. And then they want to stick with those rules and regulations. And then if they must go to cloud, they will not do the regular kind of buying virtual machines like we do. They'll be buying full host. Let me not, but you get the idea.
I completely get you, sir. Got you, sir. I was even thinking in line to your thoughts and all, but I just needed confirmation.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
So, another question, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Is Chika talking?
Yes, Chika, I can hear you.
So, with regards to the security concerns for the banks using the fiscal using cloud and the rest of that, does it really mean that cloud is vulnerable? It's not that very much secured, or it's not that trustworthy for banks to use?
Well, cloud is actually a public network. How secure you make it now is up to, are you ready to hire the experts that will make it secure for you? Is hiring the expert another risk that, and of course we are trying to reduce risk. Chika.
Yes, sir.
Your parents, I wish I had parents, I would have used my example. But let's use, your parents live in a bungalow in a village. They are very comfortable. They come out in the morning, they see, nature, and everything is going fine. Not wow, but at least they are comfortable. And then you go to the city and you build a wow mansion. 7-bedroom, detached. In fact, not just detached, it's a village by itself. And you say, my parents, please leave these things that you are used to for the past, where you've been all your life. Come and live in this very beautiful place, away from your environment. What do you feel? What would they feel?
That could even make them sick if you force them.
So they are not likely to say, because of this beauty, let me abandon everything I ever knew. Let me abandon all my kinsmen.
Yeah.
That I used to cross leg with in the evening. I will be gisting about what happened 30 years ago. This power, no, they're not likely to just. It's going to be gradual. Okay, come and visit me. And then, so that's how it is.
Okay.
Banks will not just leave the things there, in spite of the beauty of cloud. For young people like you have ideas, you want to experiment, and beautiful. Cloud is great. Oh, I have this idea. Quickly go there, set up a server, you experiment. Oh, it worked. It worked. And they keep building on it. And that's why there are so many millionaires in America, because the facilities are available for them to test their dreams. Oh, I dreamed about it. Let me cook. Okay. And before you know it, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, it's big, really big. May not be big, so big that the whole world knows about it, but the 0.001% of the world that knows about it, not to bring them millions. Because the dream will not just die as a dream. With cloud facility to experiment. So on that level, it's moving much faster than established industries that they'll be much slower in embracing cloud. Yes.
So that also leads me to another question, because so much is being done on cloud today. Let's use Google for an example. So a lot of information and data are being stored in Google Cloud as of today. So does it mean that this cloud is is going to be steady? Is going to be there? What does it have any risk of crashing? Does it have any risk of
no? The architecture around which cloud is built for high reliability to not crash.
Okay, because if I'm thinking of any danger that would lead to loss of information, should it be that something actually happened to cloud? Because I know about.
Let's come back to class. Let's leave that one. Even if the whole world crashes now, say the Earth, something happens and the Earth crashes, cloud, I am sure, is still safe.
Yes. So
something called reliability, and it's built for reliability.
Yes, sir. Sir, please permit me to just throw this. So I know about this cryptocurrency web portal, or it's cloud based. So a whole lot of people here in Nigeria, even my family members, actually invested millions of money in that cryptocurrency. But all of a sudden they woke up one morning and it happens that the platform has crashed. Like that was how all those money and everything just went that way. Until today, nothing has been done on it. So that's actually.
It has nothing to do with cloud. That is, crash does not mean that cloud crashed and therefore their resources went with the crash cloud. Absolutely nothing to do with cloud.
So somebody somewhere possibly take it down.
No. Why are you thinking that it's because the software crashed? Hey. Are you at that level? Come on, wake up. That somebody said my software crashed. Or maybe, were you talking sarcastically?
Yes, yes, sir. No,
okay, you're being sarcastic. Okay. So basically, he has Chika. Somebody came and said, I took your money. The reason I can pay back is my software crashed. It has nothing to do with cloud. Cloud will not crash. You know, somebody was mentioning some reasons why cloud is preferable, security, blah, blah, blah. One of the major reasons, in fact, the major reason cloud is more reliable than other networks is cloud will not crash. But let's not talk about cloud. Let's come back to cloud so that we'll carry everybody along. We'll still do cloud later. So back to our tiny laptop that we are trying to create virtual machines from so that we can set up one as server and the other one as client. So the only thing I'll show you today is how to, should I show you that one today? What do you want me to teach you today? I really don't want to teach anything. Let's give people who have not paid time to pay. Let's not show them anything serious today. Let's just do preambles.
Please, can you explain a bit about the security aspect of cloud and our role in it?
About cloud anymore. Cloud is a topic on its own. We'll do everything about cloud. We'll go into cloud and see this thing for ourselves. Let's talk about. We're just starting for the first time. This is fresh class. Okay.
Cloud.
People don't even know about switch. They don't even know all those basic things. Basic questions. Let's come back to this. Basic questions about. No, I can't imagine basic questions. Only you can imagine basic questions because you are just coming in. Little things that will help you understand. I'll remove this confusion and prepare you more for what's coming.
So, for a basic question, does the operating system your virtual machines are running on, do they have anything to do with how you use the virtual machines?
How you use it? Your virtualization
like
software.
Yes, when you are creating those virtual machines, like if you have an Ubuntu operating system now, is it the way you use it, is it quite different?
So are you talking about the operating system you load into the virtual machine, or you are talking about the virtualization?
No, that is hosting. That's the
virtualization software. Does the virtualization software has something to do with?
And does the host operating system, does it affect the virtualization?
The host operating system. Okay.
Yes.
And you mentioned the keyword that made me understand what you are saying. No, it does not.
Sorry about. Okay. So it's like what you can do on Ubuntu system is the same thing you do on Windows.
Or you can do what on host system? They are independent. They don't even see each other unless you network them to see each other. They are independent. Your host, the operating system on your VM is not aware of the operating system on your host. There are two independent systems. Every VM, every virtual machine on your host is independent. They don't see each other. They are not aware. Even when they go to take resources and they say, no more resources, they are not aware that it is the other operating system that took the resources. They are not aware. They are completely on their own. They are not brothers. Unless, like you are going to do, you now configure them. You have a brother somewhere, go and shake hands with him. And then you are there. And then they cannot help. Otherwise, they are not aware. Good question.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask an extremely basic question.
Okay.
Yeah, which a very lay person. Because, I was trying to advertise your program to some colleagues.
Okay.
So this is what I saw online, and I think it would be good considering where the world is going. and etc. And the simple question they asked me is, okay, so if or when you learn this now, where and where would you work? How applicable is it? And etc. So yeah, so I was just telling them some IT stuff and how it applies, but I think I would want a more specific question, a more specific answer as to what one tends to gain at the end of each of the 4 aspects you had mentioned at the beginning of the course, where they're applicable, at what level would one need to now further on each of them, and etc. So that I prefer to have. Okay.
I already gave an overview when Adewale asked the question, and I told him as part of the answers, we said server can only give you this much salary per week. We talked about that one, right? You were not here then.
Yeah,
anyway, there's no particular answer, to be honest. There's no promise, no definite answer as to once you do this, you get this. It's just part of life. When you went to university, you were not promised job, but you knew the value of knowledge.
Of education.
You knew that this would, one way or the other, enhance your life. And it has. Today it has. So that's the broad mind that you bring into this place. Right? So you are coming to learn, and every knowledge would raise your value and then opens it to more opportunity. But specifically as to, okay, where would I really need it? We've talked about it. We've said the whole world is brick and mortar factories, and world generally is breaking down and is being replaced by IT. The gig economy, that's employment created by IT applications and all this infrastructure level, platform level, and is in the US alone over 5 million. And whatever is happening in the world is not peculiar to US, it's not peculiar to the Western world. It will eventually drift. If it happens here, it will eventually flow to the bottom. So this is the direction the world is going. If you are waiting for US to, for example, to open doors and say, now we are taking in a H1 visa, if you know H1B or whatever the visa is called, to allow people to come in. If you now know that you know cloud, there's opportunity. If you are waiting for that one, it will be too late by the time that opportunity comes.
Yeah.
So what we are saying is, the way we are seeing the direction the world is going, we are going to hit a junction very soon. In fact, not very soon, right now. It's already, but it's going to climax, reach the maximum very soon, where the world will open, and because of this new trend, there'll be so much opportunities for IT people, whether you're in cybersecurity, whether you're in cloud, whether you're an architect, whether you're a DevOps, whether you are a service now person. The world appetite for technology will just, and it will just swallow everybody. People will just come and, So and when we talk about this, it's not restricted to Nigeria. In fact, it is more of a Western thing, even though it will eventually flow to Nigeria. So the essence of the training is not really because once you do it, you will get a job. I'll give you contact, you'll get a job. No, that's not the essence of the training. The essence of the training is the industry is going in this direction. Look at this person, look at this person, look at this shop where there used to be this. Everything now is online. For it to go online, people have to put the infrastructure in place. People have to put the platform in place. People have to write the application. People have to maintain them. Look at the number of millions of jobs these things are generated for people, directly as IT people and indirectly as workers using that platform. Look at all of this. Based on this, we are predicting that more people will be absorbed in the industry. Therefore, prepare yourself to be part of these people that would continue to run this automation. And we're already seeing it here. In America, Adewale might be able to testify to that. For example, there is always need. There is always, people are always looking for, especially at the high level of cloud engineers and DevOps. At the low level, there are so many people. You know, it's a pyramid. At the low level of server, there are so many. Only a few of them will go up to Linux, and even less will go up to cloud, and then very few people. So once you can get yourself to that apex, people are waiting for you. So to say, come and do $50 training that should have been sometimes I spend £2,500 to do some of this training. So to say, come and do $50 training because the opportunity either already exists or is likely to come very soon, prepare yourself. It's only a modest way to put it. But of course, as part of the training and as we learn, to give life examples here and there, you know, your mind will be, okay, that's the direction, that's somewhere. And then so the point I'm making is, it's not really for me to come and tell you, come and do this training because there is a $1,000 job available. No, I cannot do that. I don't know. But come and do this training because it will prepare you for opportunities that are already showing up and that will show up both locally and internationally. That is more like it. And you don't even need me to confess that to you. It's obvious all around us. Look at I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, I would need to rent an apartment, put AC, rent a generator for me to have a class of 32 people. But now we're having that class on IT platform. So what is that not an indication that this is where the world is going? I'm in America, I'm teaching in Nigeria. What other proof do you need that this is the direction of the world? You go to a shopping complex that was like 3 times the let's even be modest. Let's say the size of National Stadium in Lagos. Now everything is shut down. Why? Because people have moved their wares online, and there is no more need to hire shops. And you see, you don't have need for IT. What is responsible for developing online? Who is providing the infrastructure? The 10 richest people in the world today, Amazon, Apple as a company is the richest company in the world, hitting $2 trillion. No other company has ever made that mark. Amazon as a person is the richest man in the world, closely followed by Mike. All these people are IT people. What other indication do you need that this is where the world is good? Hey, look around you. And you want to be millionaire. Do you go become millionaire by fasting and praying, by going to church? No, by going in the direction of people who are already millionaires. So what other proof, what other motivation do you need? All right? And because these people are still making the millions, Facebook, Google, all of them, these are IT people. They always need people. They always need people. Come and work for me. Come and work for me. So much that when you do have the skills now, you don't even think about working for them anymore. You are also saying, me too, I want to be a millionaire. Let me run my own small platform as long as I have access to the same resources, the same infrastructure. How much does it cost to get a server from Amazon? Peanuts. Let me also run it and then start to promote it so that, and by that way, you see that millions of millionaires are turning up every year just by a simple idea that, like I said earlier, they cannot implement. So these are all indications that IT is the way to go. These are all indications. So you are preparing to see how you can fit in this whole scheme that I just summarized. How can you fit in? How can you fit in? How can you be? Amazon has already taken over the world as far as e-commerce and not even e-commerce, that's more, as far as cloud infrastructure provision is concerned. But how can you take 0.00001% of that and still provide for 50 people? Not really into, you know. So everything is IT. Everything is IT. So if you're not saying, come and lecture me on why I should do IT, then you are not fit for IT. So this lecture is that was just a digression, trying to motivate you and say it's not really the thing, but it's for people who already say, I see something, I wish I could be there. Please, I need somebody to prepare me to be there. What this is. All right?
All right.
IT is the way. Now, it doesn't have to be cloud. It doesn't have to be Linux. IT is wide. Whatever you have flair for, whatever you feel comfortable doing, just pick it and focus on it. And it's not like the Nigerian culture where you finish training in 6 months and you expect miracle to happen in 6 months. No. You have to build it. You build. That's why I said in the advert, I build you step by step, brick by brick. Not like, come to this seminar, 2 weeks, you become a millionaire. No, not that kind of get rich quick. This is developing a career. You until you become. And then when you become, it will stick forever. The opportunities will just be there. Opportunities will be there. They're already there, but I'm saying would be because you may not see it from Nigeria like we see it here, but they're already there. So finally, Emmanuel, I'm not able to give you one word to go and give to them, but this is just how it is.
No problem. I get you. I was explaining, but I know I would have wanted a few more people in from this place because I know how the banking sector here is looking in the nearest future. A lot of things will scrap us off the banking sector. We might have to go back to basics if you do not step up. Exactly. And that's why I am here.
Exactly. I feel
I'll try to explain to them, but
no problem.
That will just be looking at.
My confidence is there is no way you can go through all of this training up to DevOps and be the same. It's not possible. Well, maybe the change will not come immediately you complete the training. Maybe it will take another 1, 2, 3, 6 months. Maybe it will take another 1, 2 years. Maybe, I don't know about that. But ultimately, it's going to lift you out of your current situation. Definitely. Yeah. Unless you just came to class and you were just talking and it's not entering. Once it's entering and you're able to practice, it will definitely change. And by the time it changes, then nobody will tell, the light will so shine that nobody will tell them to come and so the action will speak more than trying to combat them. Don't worry about it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, sir. Somebody was saying hello.
Yes. I'm trying to. I want to ask. Like, it's just something that has been bothering. I've been thinking about when it comes to cloud, the cost implication. I remember that there was a time I ran Wowza Media Service on AWS, and by the time they landed us the bill, we were like, wow, how did we arrive at this? Because the bill they were landing us was enough for us to buy. Of course, for you to run Wowza Media Service, you need a dedicated server. Was enough to buy a dedicated server and just run that Wowza on that server, and you will still have some change. So I'm thinking, in this part of the world, I mean, for everything you learn, to some extent, you will still have to localize it to some extent. I'm saying that in this part of the world, Nigeria, with just say 6,000 naira or 5,000 naira, you can host a website. And then you're trying to sell the idea of cloud to your clients, and he's asking you how much. I mean, by the time you convert 5,000 to dollars, and I might be wrong, the way cloud works is that they bill you based on what you use. So if today my usage was like, say, $5, and I have an unexpected traffic tomorrow, my price could go up. So I'm just thinking, because again, all these things we are learning is also to get business and to have some things to do.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you then balance all these things? At least we'll start somewhere before we start eating the abroad markets. So how do you balance?
So once you have the technical skills, they will balance.
Okay.
Yes, once you undergo a formal training, and we answer this kind of question practically, because again, I don't want to go into cloud. I'm already teaching cloud in one class now, so you just tempt me to repeat what we are doing there. But again, they will balance. And then cloud is not for everybody who wants to host a website. It's not everybody that should have a cloud account just because they want to host a website. 5,000, 20,000, 30,000 service, they can ride on the back of somebody who has an account. They don't have to have their own account. Or if it's $200,000 kind of project, then you should be able to pay for those services. So you need to make the right choice, the right technology choice. Otherwise, you make the wrong technology choice for a particular project, you end up spending more. And cost saving is part of the 5 pillars that you must consider to pick a technology. But ultimately compared, because they don't just fix prices arbitrarily. The prices are compared to market prices to see that, okay, this is cheaper. Everyone agrees that cloud is cheaper than the enterprise networks and conventional, traditional ways of doing things. But maybe there's just something you are not putting into consideration, and that is why your prices are high. And look at that. Or maybe cloud is not the best solution for the particular issue you are considering. You can also look at that. Did you get that? Lima Whiskey.
Sorry, I muted my mic so that you can have the floor. Yes, I get everything right, sir.
Oh,
I get it. I'm sure when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it.
Yes, we will.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, everyone else. That was just by way of introduction, and I hope that at least now you saw me. It's real. We've had a feel of the expectations from your end, not so much from your end, but from the few people who asked questions, and the few from my end as well. And then we'll have between now, next lecture will be Tuesday next week. Between now and Tuesday next week. Like I said, the forum will go down after today. Then we'll have only the names of people who should be in class on that forum, on the WhatsApp forum. All right, so if you desire to be in class but you haven't made payment, we would like to see you come on board before next week Tuesday. So next week Tuesday, we are going to come in with your laptop. It's okay if you don't have a laptop yet and you just want to watch. These videos will be recorded and then to be saved for you, so that when you do have a laptop, you can go back there and practice. And then another thing I should mention is this course does not come with handouts. Doesn't come with handouts. So you're expected to make your own notes. If you cannot take notes in class and you just want to focus on listening, that's fine. But after class and you go back to the videos, as you are listening to the videos, pause and take your notes, because not everything that you go, even I take notes. So take notes, summary of, okay? Let's take a summary of the whole thing. So make your notes by yourself. It'll be expensive by the time we add a manual or handouts. Try to shoot up. So the emphasis is on practicals. So use the videos as your notes and then write from the video if you need to see. All right?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I'd like to know. I thought in the advert I saw something like you're going to be providing a PDF course book that will cost for a particular amount of money. So I don't know if that is
That's not my advert.
correct.
There was nothing like that in my advert.
Okay.
No, I'm not selling anything outside the class. I'm not paying no hidden fee at all, nothing. But for the notes, the essence of notes is when you are not in class, you should have access to something that can you can. So if you have access to the video, that's as good as notes. But make this is not the conventional. Remember this apprenticeship. It's a different model than the conventional take notes. You know, no, that's not the regular training. This one you learn from the video, and then if you must take notes at all, for example, just short notes, then write them out from the video. Because I buy notes, IT is too wide for one man. It's not like those days where I'll make notes on CCNA, make notes. How much do I want to do? So for my regular class of $150, I buy the notes straight from Udemy. I have so many videos and so many lectures, so I take the best one for them, and then I buy for them. All right. So if I'm doing that for you, it will be shooting the price up. And besides, that's not even this one is apprenticeship. So I want you to learn from the video. So there'll be no Manual, not because it's completely usable, because you can't afford it, it will shoot the price up. Because if I buy manual for another $30 and add it to that one, who will pay for it? And I do know that it's hard for some of you to really squeeze out this money. So it's not burden on you. It's not burden. So no notes, because I don't want to put the burden on you, but take notes, because I will read all the notes that you should have had. Now come and interpret it in class and demonstrate it in class and show you everything. You ask questions, you tell me you understand it before we move forward. So it's as good as you already have the note. But if you must now write something down as a note, then pause the video and take notes from it. I see and carry notes. What are you doing with all those notes?
So I'm studying. I've already started my Linux class today.
Your Linux class, how? Who is teaching you Linux?
It's just the theory aspect, the Edunas. I take notes there.
Edunas.
Yes, sir, so that I can blend when you are teaching.
You don't need any notes, so don't let them confuse you. Well, it's okay. At least it just shows you are really hungry for knowledge. All right. Any more questions? Jamie.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Yeah. I don't know if I speak for everyone, but I'm speaking for myself in this regard. For we, the working class, who won't be available because today is just a public holiday. That's why I'm opportune to be in this live session.
Yeah.
But for we, the working class, who won't be available, who will be watching the recorded session and all, is it possible that if we encounter problems, we can drop it probably on WhatsApp to you directly for you to get feedback?
Definitely. So that's why I want to push the WhatsApp group and then make sure only people who should be there are there. So put your problems there. I will be there. I also have, we already trashed this actually before you came. We'll be there to support you. If you have problems, we'll definitely support you. The support is very key. It's very key. It's not like just watch and then no. We'll support you. They are trying to load your virtual machine and it's not loading. Take a photo of it, put it there. Somebody will support.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Please, I'd like to also know the remainder of the 5 months payment. Is it possible if one have the money to make all payments?
Yeah, why not?
Wasting. Okay.
Why not? And pay everything at once if you have the money. Go ahead and pay. I will know. Some people already paid 2 months already. Without even telling me, I just saw it. Whatever you pay, I will see.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. And for people who are already experts and they feel that this class is too slow, I already know that one. Then you can join the main class. What? You can join the experts class. So that one just goes straight to the course without all these elementary things that we're trying to do here. But it's just slightly more expensive. All right. Any more questions? I should be releasing you now because we've done our 2 hours today, but I'm reluctant to let you go. If you have questions, please. Adewale, you are still there? Olutayo. All right. Joseph Yakubu. Everyone is muted. Where is this man? Where is
I can hear you, sir.
Yes. Imisi Oba Fisoye.
I can hear you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Imisi Ola Fisoye.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how are you? You're not
fine,
doing video?
You, sir.
Can you do video briefly?
Hello?
Yeah, can you show me yourself on video? Can I see you?
Okay, yes, sir.
All right.
Okay,
so
I think I have to go to this.
Yeah, while you are trying that, any last minute question? All right. So apparently you are good with what we've done today. No more questions for today. All right. So on Tuesday we'll start practicals. Coming with your laptop and then we'll still talk. There's always talk to do. So much talk, bringing life examples. But of course, the talking would be concurrent to, because today I've not loaded anything. Today we should have done, the first lecture should have been doing virtualization so that we can install our, but I deliberately avoided doing that so that we can have this orientation. So as soon as we have another class where the working class people can join the 7 o'clock class, I will announce it on the forum so that people can migrate to that class.
Okay, so can you see me now?
Where are you? Let me look around. No, I don't see it. I still don't see it. Do you see me? Okay, you would see. No, I don't see it. I only see this cartoon picture. Okay, I see you now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so how are you? This is dark, but I can mark out your face.
Yes, sir.
All right. Awesome. All right, just needed to see you and
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, so that's it for today, everyone. I'm not happy that I won't be seeing all of these faces subsequently because most of you work. But I'll work on that and see how we can resolve it as soon as possible. So for 8 o'clock, if we were to move this class completely to 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, how many people would it not be convenient for? Anne is one. Who else?
Philip is 2.
Philip 2. Who else?
Henry
Joseph
is
3.
Sorry, sir. I can't hear you. You're cracking.
Don't worry. I'm talking to everyone
Me
now,
too.
so just be patient. So we have like 6 people who will not be able to join the 8 o'clock class.
It will be convenient for me too.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, for me, maybe 9 o'clock, because at 8 o'clock, sometimes I get home by 8. Sometimes 8 o'clock, I'm still on the way home, almost at home.
So otherwise, this one is good for you. If 8 o'clock is not good, between this time and 8 o'clock, which would you take?
No, maybe 8 o'clock. That means I'm just getting home to just join the class.
We have to be one of them. We can't really fit into every individual need. We have to take something that is most convenient for most people, not for everyone. So between having the lesson at 3 o'clock and having it at 8 o'clock, which is okay for you?
Okay, 8 o'clock, I will pick 8.
Okay, you prefer 8.
But I can always watch, I prefer 8, but I can always watch the videos. I prefer 8.
Okay, so 8 is not okay for only about half of the class. Oh, okay.
Okay.
No problem. We're not doing anything. I just needed that sample to help me take a decision. So I'll remember that when it's time to take a decision. So for now, still 3 to 5.
Yeah.
It's still 3 to 5 for now. When there is change, because whatever is good for you, that's what I'll go with. When there is change, I will definitely, in fact, I'll not make the change until I announce it and everybody is comfortable with it before. Well, not everybody, until we'll all agree somehow before we now implement the change. All right, in the time being, I gotta let you go now because it's just 2 hours, and then I'll see you.
Happy Independence. So you unpatriotic Nigerians,
colleagues, right? Not to me.
Yeah, well, are you not a Nigerian?
Are we happy with the independence?
He says,
I don't know. I don't even have light using generator up in the dead Guinea.
I thought they said you guys should be out there demonstrating. Anyway,
I'm home, enjoy food.
That's it for now. Thank you so much, guys. See you on Tuesday.
Thank you, sir.
All right, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.